Good morning, everyone. It's Rick from Ozark Living Homestead. This is the second part of the unplanned changes to the homestead. I said I would go a little more into detail, or just let everyone know where we go from here. But basically, I appreciate all the nice comments on the first number one or whatever. You guys are really nice. And again, you don't know me personally, or you don't know my wife personally, but you know, I really appreciate it. But anyway, before I start with that, I want to. Oh, by the way, it's October the 1st. About 8:30 in the morning. I'm actually headed into town. I gotta get some supplies and stuff. But I just want to do a little bit on this chicken coop. We actually got it finished. There are actually chickens locked inside there for the first time last night. We have a door on the back, but they spent the night in there, and they'll spend a couple of 3 days in there. So when I do let them out, and of course they have food and water, but when I let them out on the inside there, and they'll stay in there for a while on the inside part, grazing in there. I can't move it right now because my tractor, as if you've watched one of the other videos, is still down. It is, we still haven't got the radiator back. The guy said 7 to 10 days because he was really busy. And tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, or Saturday is 7 days. So we're looking at tomorrow, between tomorrow and the first of next week, and I'm honestly looking for next week, first of next week, middle of next week. People always give you those estimates. They don't really mean a whole lot. They just try to get as close as they can without actually telling you how long it's actually going to be. But I'm looking at the middle of next week. But anyway, we got the piece welded on the tractor. So it's ready to go back. We actually found a couple of pieces that needed to be welded, and we welded them up. I actually have a welder, and eventually I'll do a video on it, me doing some welding. I'm not a great welder by far. Actually, really not a good welder at all, but I can weld. It actually holds. It may not be pretty, but it holds. But anyway, I can't move this chicken tractor, and actually I don't know if I'm going to be able to use this chicken tractor. I really went overboard on this thing. I made it heavy and really sturdy. I hope really sturdy. But if not, it's not a big deal. I can put it somewhere, you know, say somewhere and use it. Like I said, there's a pen and a coop. And of course the guineas are going in there checking it out. They won't be in there, so. And I haven't got the back part on the bottom, because that's where we're going to put the feeders and the waters in and stuff like that. And the only thing I haven't got done on it right now is the nest boxes. I haven't built them, but I got plenty of time because these guys are young. They're going in there. They're just starting to get to the age where they're old enough to lay. And everything I've read, I don't know a lot about chickens, is that if you put a light in the coop during the winter, you trick them into thinking there's more daylight. And it's the same thing with exotic birds, like I said, because we bred exotic birds, and that's how we would trick them. We give them more daylight if you have them inside, and they would think it was more daylight. They would think it was summer. You increase their food, and of course always plenty of water, and more fruits and vegetables, because they still have the wild instincts, even though they're domesticated. But anyway, you know, of course I'm gonna put a light in there, and hopefully I can get some egg production out of them over the winter. And you can see the tin metal. I forgot how many feet I actually bought, but I went in to there's only one local lumber store. The nearest Home Depot or Lowe's or anything like that is hour to an hour and a half away drive or longer, now depending on which one you want to go to. So there's only one local lumber store, and I went in and I asked them, because they had nice metal roofing, which is what I'm going to do the house with. I asked him, I said, what is the cheapest tin metal, corrugated metal, whatever, that you have? I said, because I need it for a chicken house and a shed or whatever. And he says, you know, but come to think of it, he said, we got a stack outside. He said, let me show you this. He said, it's got a few holes, a few dents, but we can't sell it as new. He says, the whole stack, I've got I think a little over $150, I think he said he had in it, that it cost him. And I'm going to show you just one of the pieces, and this has been cut down from a 12-foot piece. That's actually 6 foot wide there, but this was cut down from a 12-foot piece. And if you can see that little hole there, that was in one 12-foot piece. So it was easy to cut it out, and so far I've only run into 3 pieces. Well, here's one. If you can see this, it has little tiny holes where a forklift blade hit it, or something has hit it. But it's like 2 little tiny holes there, and then there's one little tiny hole there. But other than that, it's great tin. But I ended up paying $100 for it, and I forgot there's 7, 8, 9. There were 9 sheets of 16 footers. There were 6 sheets. 5 sheets of 12 footers, and then there was 4, 5, or 6 smaller pieces, like 7 or 8 feet long, something like that. But anyway, I paid $100 for the whole deal, and I told him, I says, if you have any more, you know, because I do all my shopping there, I do almost all my lumber, concrete, everything there, because it's so close, it just doesn't make sense to travel farther away just to try to save a few bucks, because I end up spending more in time and money and gas and wear and tear on my vehicle. So I just buy the lumber and everything, and they do actually give me a bigger discount because I do a lot of shopping there. But anyway, here's the back of it, and like I said, there are some chickens in there, and this is how we put them in. It's actually screwed on right now, but right across that bottom is going to be a solid wood doors. I'm going to put 2 separate doors. That way when I open it up, I don't have chickens rushing out one side or the other. I can control one side, and then the waters will be on one side, the feeders will be on the other. And I've got an automatic feeder and water in mine. Don't know if they're going to work in because I made it a little bit too low, trying to make more space on the inside of the coop. But then again, it may. I'm going to have to see how it works out. And, okay. And anyway, getting back to the house, boy, I just really got off the subject there. Where we're going from here. You know, I've discussed, you know, we're going to put in fruit trees, which I still haven't gotten to, because I've got to go like an hour and a half, 2 hours away to a nursery that actually has what we want, and pick them up. But back to the house. Yeah, I've had a couple of people comment over time why I wasn't staying on the house, and I'm getting chickens, I'm getting goats, and I'm getting fruit trees and starting an orchard, and I'm doing all these things, you know. And then I've traveled back and forth to Florida, you know, and then a lot of people may not know, I broke my leg back a year or so ago. So a lot of things got held up. Yes, maybe I should have stayed on the house and got more of the house done and got it done faster, and instead of messing with chicken coops and chickens and goats and goat pens and all of this. But my reasoning behind this, and I'm not saying this is the best reasoning because I've made a lot of mistakes, is that once we got this done and it was time for my wife to move up here, I wanted everything, not perfect because it wasn't going to be perfect because it wasn't going to be finished, but I wanted a lot of these things done and taken care of. For instance, I mentioned I bought all young birds. You know, the first birds I bought was the guineas and the bannies. They were strictly for pest controls. They eat the ticks because my wife hates ticks. I hate, well, who doesn't hate ticks? But anyway, the bugs, and they did a great job, and they're still doing a great job, and they're free range. I just open them up every morning and they come out. Some now roost in the tree, but most still go back in the coop. All right. Then I bought the turkeys. Now, a lot of those turkeys are going to be sold, not sold. We'll be eating over Thanksgiving and Christmas. Now, I have a couple of neighbors that have helped me out. I'm actually going to butcher a couple and give each one of them a turkey over the holidays for all the help. It's not a lot for some of the help they've given me or whatever, but, you know, it's just a thank you. And so anyway, I'm going to give them a turkey. And then, of course, I want to keep, you know, a tom and a couple of hens and, you know, lay eggs so we can raise more turkeys. But that was one of the reasons I bought more turkeys than I probably needed at the time. You know, and then, which I haven't done a video on it, they're the ones that's locked in this little coop thing. But I actually have some Jersey giant chicks. Well, they're not chicks anymore. They're bigger chicks. But, and they're for meat birds. And actually, last night we put them in there. I can't even remember how many there were. But anyway, those are the ones we're going to butcher. Because those guys, the roosters, they get up to, 12, 13 pounds at maturity. And we'll butcher those guys out. And then probably, I don't know, we may just sell off the hens. Because the hens get up 8, 9 pounds, I think it is. But anyway, we'll sell the hens for layers, because they're actually good layers, and you know, people around here like to buy them. But if not, we'll butcher those guys out too, and fill the freezer up with chicken. Like I said, me and my wife eat a lot of chicken and turkey and stuff like that, and fish and stuff. But anyway, getting back to the house again, boy, I just keep getting off the subject here. That's the reason I got the animals before I finished the house. You know, I don't know what else to say. You know, maybe I should have went on and got the house before I got the animals, but I wanted things to be so much easier on my wife once she get up here, because I knew she wasn't coming no time soon. In fact, when she announced it, well, when she decided she wanted to come on December the 15th, I was all for it. That was not the original plan. She was supposed to wait till the spring. But I knew that wasn't going to last, her being separated from most of the family. And I knew she wasn't going to be able to deal with it and like it. And it got to the point where she says, I can't do it anymore. She says, you know, come the 15th, I want to come up. But then things changed again. In fact, yesterday, she actually booked her first flight to come up here before Christmas. And so she can actually spend Christmas. And like I explained in my other video, she's not coming for Thanksgiving because she's going to spend it with my daughter. And she doesn't want to take advantage of her boss getting a ticket every month. You know, that's getting pretty expensive because the ticket was $400 some bucks, you know, round trip. But, you know, she just doesn't want to take advantage of him. But anyway, this chicken coop thing is pretty much done. It will be finished up 100% today. My son will be here in a little while, and we'll get to work on it after I get back. And then we're back on the house. We're going to knock out this part of the house. We're going to get a roof on it, get it insulated. Then I'm going to start on the other addition part of it. That way I can get the bathroom and get it plumbed in. Because I basically, the way I figure it, I got roughly 4 weeks. And it's going to be cold at times. But I've got 4 weeks to basically get this thing livable before it gets to the point where it's too cold. It's going to be almost impossible to work outside. I got a lot of work to do. So we're going to get back on this. I've got the animals pretty much situated. You know, still have some to do, and I will get that done. But that's where we're at on this, and that's why I went ahead. If people are in the back of their head are wondering why I dealt with the chickens and stuff, you know, come spring, we already have them. They'll be laying eggs, and they'll be producing meat, and they'll be doing everything we want. The goats, you know, will hopefully breed or whatever, and you know, then we'll have babies in the spring or whatever, and things will basically be what I want. You know, and then my wife will really enjoy